We're going to talk about what's under the engine lid here. Most women don't care, but some of you should know. So if you reach here where the left horn of the H is, right under there, you'll feel a little lever. If you don't get it, I'll get it for you.
Yes.
Okay, slide it to the side and then lift up. If you'll just lift up in here, it's pretty light, pick it up. As you pick it up, there's a handle here to hold it with, so grab the rubber, not the metal. And you're looking for a place in here there to stab it. See where it comes down, okay? And in this case, we're gonna make it go higher so we can see better, okay? Take it out. You notice how hard that was? It's because these little tags on here that make it safe from the wind being blown away, okay? So in this case, you can move it way up here. So if you're gonna do a valve job or take the motor out, you can get the motor out easily. Now, as we come across the front of the car here, it's called the ACE body system, okay? And the ACE body system incorporates 3 grades of steel that in the case of an accident coming at you this direction, they're designed to accordion and fold up in a controlled manner to absorb the crush of the accident. It'll destroy the front end probably, but it'll protect you as an occupant from the inside. In this case, we're going to make this go higher so we can reach down here and get into the fuse block. So if we put it here, this blocks off the fuse block for us. For the time being, we'll leave this like this. Take the fuse block cover off. When you pick it up, it comes up straight like this. When you turn it up, there's a map inside to show you where things are on the fuse block here.
Oh, great.
Okay, and notice the color coordinating of the colors. Each one has a different number. So when you look in here, you'll see similar colors that show you what fuses are that you might have to replace. So this is a tool that's designed to come out of here like a tweezer. So you can pull them out of here and pull these out of the cover here and pick them up. So when you're looking at a fuse, so you know what you're looking at, if you'll notice inside there's a little upside down U.
Yes.
So that U is in good shape, it's shiny, it's new. If it were burnt, black, and broken, that would mean the fuse was bad. It'd also be dark up here, so you would know what you're looking at for a fuse. And you peel this apart, put it back on there, then you can stab it back into its keeper place here. Maybe if you're smarter than the fuse. And there you go. And that's where you keep those. So if you've had something go off in the car and somehow you had the acumen to understand that you had a fuse pop, you at least know where this is. People that are mechanically inclined know that these kind of things are something they might look for. So it goes back, and anything that doesn't go smoothly, you want to double check. And this has a little place to be right there.
Okay.
Make sure you put it back each time because they're lost forever when you don't get them in the right place. Push this down, nice and easy, and it's back in place. This is the reservoir for the wiper system. You notice there was a wiper on the rear window too.
Yes.
So with the front one and the rear one, this is the reservoir for both. This one you could fill up to the top if need be, it wouldn't hurt a thing. This is your power steering reservoir. This one has a limit. You can see where you want to fill it up to and stop. This one here is much deeper to see, but this is the overflow for the radiator. When radiators are hot, you don't want to open this up at all because you could be scalded. This one you can open up and you can top off the fluid that's missing out of here. When a radiator gets really, really hot past its point of efficiency, it blows that hot gaseous moisture out and puts it in here in the recovery tank, it's called, allows it to turn back into a liquid, and then once it's liquefied, it'll be sucked back into the radiator. If you're to top this off, if you notice how this threads down here, feel the threading. Go ahead. See how smooth it is?
Yes.
If it was hard, it would be cross-threading, and you want to make sure that it's in good shape. When you fill this up, there's a line down here you can see. Very hard to see down here, but down there, that's as high as you'd want to fill it because the recovery tank needs a certain amount of space for expansion to recondense into a liquid.
Okay.
Your dipstick is here. That's the orange thing we're looking at. Okay. And then coming across the motor this way to your right, there's the filler hole for the oil. In this case, it's 20-30 weight oil. This is more fuse works for the car. And again, if you open them up by pinching here, they come off like this. And there's another map for those. The same pinch mechanism over here will pull the fuses out for you. This is the air box for the air intake. There's little clips that you'll pop, and it'll open up like a clamshell, and you'll pull the cartridge out and replace it, and then push it back and clips back in place. The battery's buried under here, so this would come off briefly, loosened up, popping this out of the way, and it would spin so you could get to the battery. If you had to jump start the car, you'd use the red clip on here, where you see the red connector, and then you try and get to the negative connector, which is down in there. But behind all of this, this is your brake reservoir here. See the color of the fluid in it? Looks kind of like honey right now.
Yes.
Okay, as it gets older, it'll get darker and darker and darker. There's also a fill line here that we're looking at this point, so you don't want to overfill it. If you overfill it, it would just squirt out of here, and it changes the pressure value in the car. In the front here, you have a collapsible structure, which is the ACE body structure we talked about. Again, it's varying degrees of steel that are designed to deform at a controlled method to absorb the crash and to keep the occupants safe. Okay? So when you go to put this down, you want to grab it again by the rubber. And there's little notches on the end here. See the little grooves and notches?
Yes.
This keeps it from getting away in the wind so the hood wouldn't blow away. And make sure when you put it back, you put it here, because if it went underneath here, it could get into the fans and cause trouble. All right? And then when you bring it down, hold the weight of the hood here like this. Feel how light it is?
Yes.
Got it with 2 hands. And then let it go. Yeah, a little bit higher. I'll try that again. So from here, just drop it. Very good. Okay?